Guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for watching today. This is an update I want to bring to you guys so that if you are preparing to apply for your visa, then you should understand that this is what you are going to need. Okay, now this update is about proof of funds to study in the Czech Republic. For those of you who have been following this channel for long, you would understand that I equally talk about everything. I talk about everything immigration. There is an update I'm going to be bringing later in subsequent videos about Finland. There are changes to the immigration process in Finland, guys. A lot of changes that might affect even people who want to move to Finland. So the video is going to be available very soon. Just make sure you stay tuned and subscribe and like this video. Thank you so much. If you are new here, my name is Milton. All right, for those who are asking for proof of funds updates on Portugal, I'm going to bring the video very soon. For those who are asking for Hungary proof of funds, I'm going to bring it very soon. I have everything note down. Okay, now let's talk about updates for Czech Republic. Now remember, I have always been saying that if you want to immigrate to the Czech Republic and you already paid your tuition fee, or if you are on scholarship, make sure your bank account has at least 3.2, 3.3, 3.5 million inside naira for Nigerians. Then for Cameroonians, at least 3.6, 3.7 million CFA francs. For Ghanaians, you can then rate Ghanaian CDs. I believe Ghanaian CDs is very heavy and powerful, so the amount has to be less. Now that is the amount when you have paid your tuition fee. That is the amount when you have a scholarship. That is the amount when you are a PhD student, because PhD students in the Czech Republic, they have these grants. In fact, they always give them certain advantages or opportunities. So if you are of this category, this is what you are going to do. Now let me talk about the updates that you need. So now the new update states that this is the new update you should use in case you are still to apply for a study visa to the Czech Republic, right? Remember, they use Czech crown, so I may be talking about USD, euros, or Czech crown, but just make sure you do your normal calculations with respect to your currency or your home currency, right? And please do not use Google Translation. All right, when you are calculating these currencies to show to the embassy, do not use Google Translations. They are not correct, but rather you can do some estimates and make sure you add more, so that even if you want to get less, when putting more, the money might just be enough. Okay, now this is what you need as proof of funds. If you check the Ministry of Interior, you are going to find the same thing. The first thing you need to do is, remember, when you're applying for a visa to the Czech Republic, you need to have your tuition fee. That is point number one. You need to have health insurance, you need to have your flight ticket, and you need to have your bank balance. Let's start with the tuition fee. Tuition fee for your program. Let's assume that you are going in for a master's program and your tuition fee is like maybe 2,500 euros, right? That is the first thing you should put into consideration. The very first thing. Now, let's take 2,500 euros. Yeah, second thing you need to put into consideration is your health insurance. Now when it comes to the health insurance, you need to understand that health insurance is paid per, there are categories that, in fact, there is a determining factor that they use in the Czech. Health insurance do matters from country to country, but I would suggest you ask your university or whosoever is in charge of your application, or do more research. I will check the link and link it down here so that you can verify. They calculate health insurance according to age. That is point number one. Then the second factor is if you are male or female, the health insurance also matters. The amount matters as well. Then the third issue for the health insurance is if you are going as a student or if you are going as a worker. These are the three determining factors that you are going to use to calculate your health insurance. In most cases, you may not know, but if you do the rough calculation very well and check the necessary links, you are going to find the amount you need. Now let's assume that your health insurance is going to cost you maybe 800 euros. I'm going to be using euros. Remember, these are rough estimates. All right, let's pick 2,500 euros. Then we take 800 euros for health insurance, right? Then let's go now to the flight itinerary. Not the itinerary, but the ticket, because remember, itinerary is what you are not paying for, but the ticket, you must be able to pay for it. Now, from my observation, flights are pretty expensive nowadays. So if you intend to migrate to the Czech Republic or travel, right, you cannot go by the desert. You cannot swim by the sea, right? You have to take a plane, so you must pay the flight. Let's look at flight ticket, and let's say maybe your flight is around maybe 1000 euros. No, let's just say 900 euros, right? We indicate 900 euros here. That is part of our fee now. Then remember, this is the total for the tuition. All right, your tuition, remember we are talking about just your health insurance and your flight ticket. Now we have calculated this is your tuition in addition to your tuition, sorry. Now these are the money you need to add to your bank account. Remember, according to the Ministry of Interior or the Czech authorities, you need to have, I think the money when I lastly checked was 115,600 Czech crown. I don't remember how much it was. And if you look at that, that should be around, is it 7,000, 8,000 euros? I don't know, but make sure you verify very well. But make sure you have first the minimum balance. All right, because if you check very well on their website, it says minimum balance you need to have. So first you need to have your minimum balance, then you add money for your flight ticket, money for your health insurance, and money for what again? This is all you need. And alongside your tuition fee, minimum balance, health insurance, flight ticket, tuition fee, this is the fee you need to have in your bank account. All right, in your bank account, it must be in your account, because when you don't put, the reason why I'm saying it should be your account is because when you have it in your accounts, it gives them a lot of, let's say they believe more. You get my point? And do not just have maybe some small amounts of money, have more. All right, when it's more, you are considered best. All right, like the higher the amount, the better for you. But remember, you're not just bumping this amount. You need to make it is a bank account, it is not a push account. Those of you asking me about credit union, it is not a credit union bank statement, it is a bank statement. Okay, so make sure you give this amount to them. You have to now do the calculation. Sit down and do the right calculation, follow what I said and do the calculation. Then you can equally check the website of the Interior Ministry to know, or the embassy or whatsoever. Now let's go to the section where you have a sponsor. Let me again emphasize here that if you have a sponsor, make sure you have the minimum balance in your account. All right, the minimum balance according to the authorities. All right, the minimum balance should be in your account before your sponsor now can now have your tuition fee, your health insurance, and your flight money. All right, do not put all the money in your sponsor's account. No, it shouldn't be like that. All right, your sponsor should have part in his account, then you should have the minimum balance. If you just submit sponsors bank statement without adding your own, is a big problem, a very big problem. Guys, don't do that. All right, this is for your own good. Because, and again, appointment issues, I do not know how the booking works, but it looks like it has to be done every month or maybe 2 times a month. I don't know. Please make sure you verify very well. And always, there is something, international students, when you are trying to book appointment, try to give let me say give a pass to people. All right, contact some friends and tell them to work with you. They should be checking while you are checking, because you may check now and you log out of the site, and before you know, someone checking the next minute is getting an appointment. I hope you get me. So this is something you should do, distribute, or let's say you and your friends should be looking for it at the same time. While you are looking, your friend should be looking, so in case you don't find it now, your friend may see it and immediately get to you, and you guys feel and book for the appointment. This is how you are going to do it if you really want to succeed with this stuff. I hope you enjoyed this till we meet again. Hello guys, welcome back guys. So let me just quickly do a video. This is for those who want to use the visitors visas to immigrate to Canada. Please don't sell your properties, okay? Remember, the visitors visa is not a resident visa, it's just a temporal visa. So when you go in there are 2 ways you can do it. You can change the visitors visa to a work permit, then you can change it to a study permit. First, I will talk about the work permit because that is what is pretty easy to do. You can equally go to school, but again, you have to start from short courses. It's not easy, all right? Remember, you need to be paying for those courses, and short courses are very expensive. Now, for the work permit, you need to first of all apply for a job, get an employer. If you've been watching my YouTube channel, you would understand how to go about this. Get an employer who is willing to hire you. Then when the employer hires you, they are going to give you every document you need. They will sponsor you. Then they will give you what is called LMIA, Labor Market Impact Assessment. They have to apply for it first from the government. Then the government is going to approve it. Now, remember, the LMIA is from the employer, and the government needs to know if the employer actually posted that job and there was no Canadian citizen or no permanent resident in Canada who was willing to take up that job. That is the reason why they are giving to you who is on a visitor's visa. Most of the time, the visitor's visa take maybe 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, sometimes even 4 or 5. And now most employers, they are not willing to follow this procedure because they have to wait and do some follow-up. Though it's $1,000, but it's not really a problem to most people. The problem is just the process. But again, if the employer sees that you have the qualities, of course, you have to send your CV, your qualifications may equally count here. Then hopefully they are going to employ you. So I would say do not be discouraged. If you think that you have the necessary documents to apply for a visitor's visa, why not use it and go into Canada? As a gentleman, you can cope, all right? If you can hustle up in your own home country and save money, while in Canada, you can hustle up and find a job. It's just easy, but know that you would need your employer to apply for LMIA assessment for you to work legally and to change your visitor's visa to a work permit. And from there, you can begin to bring in your family into Canada. Probably, yeah, maybe 3 months, 6 months. Remember, you have a maximum of 6 months to stay in Canada. And you cannot stay more than 6 months, but your visitor's visa, it can be given for maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 years, depending on your passport duration, even 10 years, it depends. Right, so this is something you need to put into consideration. Don't sell your things yet, but if you are going into Canada, I will advise you to strategize so that you know what you're going to do when you arrive in Canada. I wish you all the best. Please note that for more information, you can always follow my YouTube channel for details. All right, detailed videos on my channel. Till we meet again. For the study, how to change visitors to study permit, I'm going to talk about that later. But remember, you need to apply for a study permit from inside, let me say a study visa from inside of Canada, still on IRCC, and all requirements still stands. I shall bring the video very soon. Till we meet again. Bye bye.